Carl from Nova Scotia, a long way away from North London. He wanted to know about your sort of differing warm-up techniques for each band with your voice. You know, what do you go through before a show to physically prepare your voice?
I mean, it's honestly, I warm up the same way for both bands. What I do, it depends on if I'm sick or if I'm well, you know, and largely because of my allergies, half the time it's just about trying to figure out, you know, how badly I'm gonna have snot pouring out of my face. Sorry, I know this is probably destroying so much cool shit for you. It's more about just, you know, just putting on music and singing along to it and finding out where I'm at. You know, the best thing that I can teach singers is don't worry about scales, don't worry about any of that shit, because people who spend 3 hours doing scales are going to go out on the stage and their voice is going to sound about this big, because you've wiped your ass with that warm tone of your vocals. You know, now you've managed to wear it down so thin that then when you do pop on some of the higher notes, well, of course you did. You've just been warming up for 3 fucking hours, for God's sakes. Even I, after 3 hours, I'm just like, right, I'm done, I've had it, I can't fucking sing anymore, you know? So what you do is you save that warm tonality, you know, by just warming up a little bit, you know? And maybe this works just for me or for other people, but if you just put on some songs that you know you can hit the good notes with, you know? For me, it's like, it's Pearl Jam, Misfits, and Rat, which is, I mean, that's my, and every once in a while I'll throw some Metallica in there, just to kind of get that grit going. And then I do this really weird kind of, you, oh, oh. I do that for about, it's funny, right? You can always find what room I'm in by just listening. It's like, oh, Taylor's next door. And this is true. I do that for about 10 seconds until I can feel that kind of loosen up, and then I go on stage. So it's like I don't spend a lot of time doing it because I want to save the strength. I want to save that, like I said, that tonality, because you can tell the difference between someone who has allowed their voice to warm up naturally, and it saves that kind of strength, it saves that kind of grit, as opposed to someone who is warmed up for 3 hours doing scales that you're not going to fucking sing on stage, and then you get out there and you sound like Mickey Mouse. And I'm not talking shit on people who do that, because if it works for them, good for them. But for me, it's more about saving that strength, because I know that's going to be able to equal the intensity that I just, you know, that I need for these songs.